What's going on, y'all? Today we got NBA Legends explain why Jerry West was better than everyone. Let's get into it, man. Fucking up and shit. Damn, I cursed the word. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hello and good day, everyone. How's it going? My name is Sean David, and I welcome you back to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball, short, the Basketball Time Machine. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends talking about the great sensation, Jerry West. But before we dive into that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please check out the clip of today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare has thousands of online classes and members in more than 150 countries. You can find the subject you're interested in, unlock more creativity, get inspired to put your new skills to
I'm slacking on my game, y'all. I just let the ad play on my channel for like 30 seconds.
Now the first player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from one of the best point guards of all time, Isaiah Thomas. Let's hear what he has to say about Jerry West.
Jerry West once averaged 46 points a game for an entire playoff series. That's still the most ever in NBA history. And yet, that stat alone doesn't even begin to explain what he was as a player.
No, you can't measure him by points, rebounds. You have to measure his impact on the game, which is really hard to do. But you know, when we look down here at the floor, it's the logo. It's him. And how many people, you know, during the course of our lifetime.
I forgot Jerry West is the logo. He all over this place, man. Look at him.
Time that we've seen play basketball,
man.
But none of them have risen to the level and the stature that Jerry West has, that we look at the logo and we always think of him. You know, what he did, you know, on the playing floor, the teams that he played with and the people that he played against, the way he shot the basketball, going right, you know, had the pump fake. But then again, you know, off the floor, always very kind, gracious, generous with his time.
And the next player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from Kobe Bryant. Now, we all know that Jerry West was the guy who basically, got Kobe to Los Angeles. And therefore, they always had a very, very close relationship. So let's hear what Kobe has to say about Jerry West.
Jerry West.
His pull-up jump shot was absolutely vicious. See, that was just, he was more of a dynamic pull-up shot. See that right there? So Oscar's was, you know, using his body, but you see Jerry's kind of like me. He's wiry, kind of uses quickness to get guys off. See?
Nice little up fake.
I use that a lot too. I'm actually watching the defender a lot and trying to figure out, you know, what is he seeing as an offensive player to make him do what he's doing, or why that makes sense in terms of, you know, what is he thinking at that moment, and why did that move work.
Jerry West, that good, y'all. Young guys, do your homework. Check out Jerry West. What a player. All the way through.
Well, I'm here.
Olympics.
Can't speak for the rest
everything.
of them.
Jerry West is the real deal.
2022 NBA All-Star Game. Michael Jordan among those honored at halftime. It was a great ceremony. The Earth, Wind, and Fire there. Chuckster was part of it. Shaq was part of it. It was great stuff. Just great stuff. Unbelievable. You know, as a basketball fan, I was emotionally watching this, man. It was fun to see, man.
And Jerry West, completely wrong. Jerry West is not like that. Jerry West is, if he's gonna curse you out, he gonna pull you close, and it won't be swear words. It'll be like, hey man, get your butt together. You know, he's on that. He's intense about winning. And without Jerry West, they don't win.
There was only one player nicknamed Mr. Clutch, and Jerry West lived up to it and more. He was a lights-out shooter, an expert playmaker, and a shutdown defender. The only player from a losing team to win Finals MVP, West finally captured a crown with the Lakers in 1972.
Everybody in this arena knows where that ball's going when the Lakers get it. To Jerry West. Jerry was just extraordinarily quick, about 6'3", excellent jump shooter.
Jerry was the type of
He
player
was only
that
6'3"?
would embarrass.
Or he looked like he was like Mike height when he was standing next to
He
Mike.
was so quick and fast. I mean, he'd just blow right by
He
it.
was just deceiving.
That's Jerry West. This fella can shoot a little bit.
He was the guy I did not want to play because he was so quick, and he could leap and he could get to a spot, and all of a sudden he's up. You don't even have time to get up and try to block a shot. That's how good he was.
First guard would be it's tough, because Jerry West was a terrific player too,
And no one delivered more consistently than Mr. Clutch, Jerry West. From the first time he put on a Laker uniform, West showed that he wasn't afraid to take the crucial shot. In fact, he welcomed it.
It's almost like an arrogance that you don't think you can fail. And particularly when the game's on the line.
I was saying I'm piecing it together.
Second, West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it.
If you do it once, you like the feeling.
That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Game winner, half court, you need those. That's
and if you
tough.
like the feeling, you want to do it
That's
again.
tough.
I think Jerry West is one of the all-time greats. There was no player that could stop him in the league. If you played a big player to try and take away the jump shot from him, he'd out-quick him and beat him on a drive. If you try to play a quick player on him so you could take away his drive, he'd shoot over the top of that player.
Jerry with 8, the timer shoots a 20-foot four shot and makes it. Jerry West off of the wrong foot, I believe, Lynn.
Jerry West, in my opinion, was a fierce competitor. He was a clutch player. He was never afraid to take a key shot.
West stops for a 20-foot right-hander. It's good.
A lot of times in my career, we go over and have a timeout. It'd be a close game or a tie game, and I didn't want to play to be run. Just give me the basketball, and let's see what happens.
And he could shoot that ball, and he could run that court. Right close by to his offensive prowess was his defensive ability. And to me, Jerry West was the most underrated defensive player in that era.
It seemed that every time he was called upon, why, he answered the call very well. But the talent obviously has to be there. If Jerry had been just another guard who shot it pretty well, or didn't have the moves to free himself or get away from just about any kind of defensive pressure, that wouldn't have worked.
And Matt, I can remember when I first came into the league, as you know, I was a fan of Magic Johnson and also a friend of Magic Johnson's. But the Lakers and Jerry West really opened up their vault. And he was so kind and so gracious to me as a player, teaching us about how to win and how to, be champions. And then when I got out of the NBA and I got my first job with the Toronto Raptors, he became a mentor, taught me how to draft, taught me how to look at players. He and Elgin Baylor. I think I told you this before, my first, pre-draft camp in Chicago, he gives me a call and he says, okay, this is how you dress when you come to, the pre-draft camp. I mean, it was, he's always been a mentor, always been a friend, always has given great advice.
And on the floor, he could do all that and more. Led the league in scoring, led the league in assists. Late in his career, when all defensive teams became a thing, he made those as well. What couldn't he do as a player?
He could do everything. I mean, like you said, defense, offense, passing the basketball, and, also was a great teammate.
Being a basketball historian, I love doing research on certain players, and I'm such a big fan of Jerry West. Like for the past 15 years, when I started watching his old games and seeing highlights, and obviously it would have been way cooler if I had the chance to see him playing back in the days, but obviously I'm too young for that. But watching many of his games, I gotta say this guy was sensational. And I'm not only talking about his scoring, I think he's a very much underrated defender, and there's a reason why he's also called Mr. Clutch. That guy was a scoring machine and always used to come up big when the game was close. So that guy was sensational. But I also got to say that I love the way he talks, the way that he handles himself. He's super smart and very wise in things that he says. A person that I really enjoy listening to. So if you ever get bored, it's always great to hear him talk. Just go on YouTube, check out some of his interviews. Always super entertaining. All right, you guys.
That's the end of this one, y'all. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Let me know if you want me to check out some more Jerry West, man. I'm here for it. I don't even think we got into his highlights. We seen some right here, obviously. There's probably not that many, though, because he did play back in the day. But we'll see what we can find. That's what y'all want. Let me know what other players y'all want me to react to, all that. Turn on post notifications, comment down below. Click on the last reaction. Oh, it's probably right here in front of your screen. I'm out of here, man.